Hello, Rob.
Hello,
Hi.
Matthew.
Thanks for popping in today. I know you've come in to explain you've had a recent experience of moving, which has been quite challenging for you.
Yeah.
And I just offered to come in and have a chat so we can share with our viewers out there what it's actually like to go through the process of moving, because I know you had a bit of a difficult time to start with, and then it was quite an emotional journey, but you got the right solution at the end of it for you. So just tell us a bit about what happened.
Well, basically, we was with one of your competitors. I don't know whether we can mention them. I'm not
Probably
sure.
best not to name names.
That's
but
right.
yeah.
Yeah. And it was with the others in Yeovil for about 4 months.
Okay.
We had nothing. We had I'm sure that just people were turning up, and it was just the wrong house
Yeah.
for them. And then literally got to the end of our tethers and bumped into Tom, and the rest is history. Within 2 weeks, I think we'd had 3 people, and the third person bought the property, I believe, which is another good thing, because you're not showing people around that it's not their property.
Yeah.
You actually get the right people for the right property.
Okay.
Which is
So not wasting your time
no,
or
not
anyone
wasting
else's
my
time.
time, not wasting anybody. And the other good thing as well, which we noticed, that you actually, when you showed people around, you turned up and not left it to us.
Yeah.
It was, there you go. And Charlotte came along and showed people round where the others didn't.
Right.
But I think the main thing is you got the right people for the right house.
Okay.
Which is when obviously I then thought, well, I'll get you to get me a house.
Yeah.
And it was the second house that I purchased, because again, not wasting time. If house buying was this easy, if you made it, which you did, made it that easy, I think I'd be moving weekly. So, but no, it was really so easy. Within a month, bought and sold.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Right.
Tell me about, because I know one of the things for our viewers is particularly if you've been on the market for quite a long time with not a lot happening, it can become a bit despondent after a while.
Well, yes, it was depressing, I think is the word. It's very, very depressing, because you want to move, you've got to move, and just having people come round your house and, I don't know, be on sort of duty, it was depressing.
Yeah.
And as I said, it was literally within 2 weeks, right person walked through the door. I'm sure it was just the third person, sold.
And so, did you find the process of changing agents from one that wasn't performing very well to Orchards, was it?
No, it was
challenging.
No, so easy. It was. You was recommended, highly recommended from somebody that sold their house with you. Tom came round. You were actually cheaper as well, so which is a bonus.
That's always good.
Board went up. It was on the market. In fact, he gave us some good advice. He said, just leave it. We didn't put it on the market straight away. He said, just leave it. I don't know what words or technical words he said.
Set
He
a
said,
proper marketing plan for it.
Let's just cool it, let it cool it, bring it off. The previous estate agents valued it wrong.
Right.
You came in and valued it correctly, which wasn't a heartache. It was not a heartache. We thought it was.
I was going to say, did you probably think it was a bit overvalued at the time as well?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah. It wasn't let's get them in through the door, sell it a bit cheap, because then we got another sale. I did think it was actually overpriced.
So a bit of honesty, you appreciated.
That's the main thing. It was honest. It was you did your job. You didn't pick up the phone and say we've got another couple coming round. You actually came round with them and sold it.
Yeah.
And helped the process.
And was that important to you to actually have the viewings accompanied for you with us showing them round?
For me, yes, because it's your home. When you've got a neutral like Charlotte, showing them round and saying the right things and what have you, it was perfect.
Oh,
it was.
That's great.
And it was good then when you go around other people's properties, you don't need people there because you feel a bit embarrassed walking into their bedrooms and walking around their house, and you don't really want to say, I don't like that.
Oh, it's not something you do every day,
no,
is it? And if there's someone there, it's a bit awkward.
Yeah, it does make you feel awkward. And again, second property, it was purchased.
So I know that's something you mentioned just when we were chatting just now, that was quite important, and you felt was important, that you weren't just relying, or Orchards aren't just relying on you finding something on the internet. It's actually having that personal one-to-one contact and being advised about the right properties to go and view
Yes.
turned out to work for you.
It's somehow I little briefing, which was I want to live in a little cottage, obviously a value. I want a log burner, and it was more than that. How Charlotte somehow grasped what I wanted.
Yeah.
The second house, that was it. I'll have that
It's
one.
the personal touch, isn't it?
And
Makes
it's
a big
certainly,
difference.
you know, it's. I think estate agents have got a pretty bad name
A lot of them
about
have, yeah.
pile them in, make your commissions and run off.
Yeah.
Did not leave my side for
Fantastic.
until, well, I've purchased now, so
Well, yeah, I think you're completing in a few days, aren't
yeah,
you?
completing Friday, and
Fantastic.
still get a phone call to say everything's fine.
Yeah.
You know, no worries, and it was just leave it to you. It was, you know,
Great.
absolutely amazing. It was, and so easy.
That's
It
fantastic.
was really easy, and it's, I don't know, you're obviously family orientated,
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
makes a hell of a difference. You know, you might have that personal touch.
The team here are pretty much like a family,
And
actually.
that's it. And little phone calls just to tell you weekly, at least weekly. I got
Yeah.
phone calls to say how things are going.
Great.
We had a really big chain, which is why it took a little bit longer.
Mhm.
But weekly phone call from David.
Yeah.
We're here. We're there.
So that it's not just finding a buyer and finding you a property. That
No.
after sales,
They have
or
to
the
keep-
while the
yeah.
transaction's going
That's right.
through, that contact and care
The
is
information.
important.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so important. It's so important. I think the main things was one, that you knew what I wanted
Mm-hmm.
within a little brief, and two, just to literally coax me through it all.
Great.
Because you don't buy houses every day.
No.
And none of us know really and honestly, well, what happens next? Well,
Yeah.
I knew what happens next because David did inform me,
Great.
at least weekly.
Fantastic.
was.
Well, really pleased for you, Rob. Thank you for
No, thank
know,
you.
coming over to us, and I know you've been pleased with Charlotte and Tom
Thank you.
and David
Everybody.
and everyone in the team.
All the team. It was
Um,
absolutely amazing, and I think I said I love them.
Ah,
I did. So,
well, we love you too.
yeah.
We love
thank
all
you.
our clients.
Thank you.
So,
Brilliant.
well, thanks ever so much for popping in. Really appreciate that. And hopefully, if there's someone at home who's had a similar experience where
Yeah.
they're not getting what they expected from their agent, if they've been made promises that are not being kept,
No.
they can hear your story and know
You
that
were
it's
highly
an easy
recommended.
transition for people.
Yes, so easy.
Great.
And well, you made it easy. Very, very, very easy.
That's great.
Thank you.
Thanks for popping in, Rob.
Thank you.
Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thanks. Bye for now.
Thank you.